really.
You told me you play some 2K. What modes you playing when you're on the game?
I play a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I usually just...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Golden State Warriors. And a nice roll continuing right now for Golden State. They'd like to play well to start.
I got you scoring 50 tonight.
On the road and hungry for a win against a Western Conference rival. Look, and as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Hey there, Kevin. Well, we all know that Steve...
You know what? That humble approach goes a long way, David. Thank you. Hey, Brent, tonight, 2 strong reserve units. As a player, what are some of the advantages of coming off the bench and playing?
I think, Kevin, if you think about coming off the bench and mentally you're into the game, you'll understand the rhythm of when you check in and where you might be able to take advantage of what they're doing defensively, some of their offensive schemes. You might have seen the sets, so it's important to pay attention while you're on the bench and then come in and impact the game in a positive way.
You can get in the flow of the game without even playing.
Sometimes, and then you also get to play against another team's bench, which can sometimes help you find your rhythm a lot quicker than going up against the starters.
Good point. Now, Golden State's starting 5. Curry and Thompson are the 1 and the 2. And it's Rudy Gobert. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. Here's Curry. Softly drops in the floater.
Those floaters, boy, they really demoralize the defense. Here's the thing. Steph knows it.
Harden outside. Houston moving it around. He gets that one. The Beast's got his second bucket tonight.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
There's Porter with the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
Yeah, it just looked like, and I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but just never comfortable in this game. And the line certainly is one of those places where that could show up.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Houston gets called for the foul.
How about Curry angling his body perfectly on that shot, going straight into the contact. Those free throws are automatic.
Well, Steph Curry, widely regarded as the best shooter in the history of the game. He's been so successful playing point guard in the NBA at times. I think we forget that he transitioned from playing shooting guard in his younger days.
Basket counts.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
And here's Golden State. 4-point game. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind.
Pass to the Beast. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. The A three from Morris. Houston gets it back. Now the pass to the Beast. 5 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot. Second chance shot. It's Harden with the drive. Good work there as it goes.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Curry looking it over. Kicks it to Porter. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
The only way he was getting to the hoop was to use the double clutch.
Chris pass to the Beast. On the wing, Morris. There's the dish to Harden. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The Beast. No good that time. Nice D from Porter. Thompson against Harden. Thompson outside. Outside Porter for the three. The rebound by Harden. Rockets leading by 4. The Beast passes to Chris. Got it. Good job in the low post. Chris has got his first points of the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Curry finds Porter. Thompson in the corner. It's tipped. Here's Chris. Can't hit that one. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Porter dishes to Gobert. Yep, that one goes. Gobert's got his first 2 points of the night.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. With today's superstars often joining forces, Brent, we hear some retired legends saying they wanted to beat their rivals, not join their rivals. What do you think?
I saw a lot of joining going on from some of the guys who make those comments, Kevin. So that sort of stuff just eludes me as to where it's coming from. This league has always been dominated by teams that have at least two, if not 3 upper echelon superstar players that end up winning titles. So it's happening now. It happened then. It will continue to happen.
And it's Houston on the break, and it's good for 2.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
McKinney kicks to Curry. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Curry's got 7 points.
A catch and shoot opportunity for Steph. It's just effortless.
Here's the Beast. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Newman. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. You better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. Third is Stephen Curry.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
And the second free throw, good. Now, here is Knight. 9-point game his last outing. Here's the Beast. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. 10 points for him.
It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
Here's Rivers. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Curry. second in scoring, third in steals, and of course a knockdown shooter from the perimeter, ranking third in field goal percentage from beyond.
And what he's doing right now, carving up defensive schemes at will, second best scorer in the league. It's just a marvelous thing to watch and appreciate.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
The Warriors have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79%.
Shot from the inbound, and the layup is good from the Beast. The Beast's got 14 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, they've got Newman. He's out there with Klay Thompson. Gobert is out there with Porter. Lets it go from 14. No good. He has missed 3 of his 5 attempts this game. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against the Lakers played an important role. He had 9 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. Another outstanding outing, something that's become more and more commonplace for him. Bring it back to you, Kevin.
David, thanks. They asked a lot of him that night, and he didn't back down from any challenge.
And that was the best part of it. His effort level was fantastic. It didn't come easy for him. He had to work his tail off for everything he got.
And you know he's going to work just as hard tonight. I don't know if the stats are going to be the same. Might not be the same numbers, but the work, that'll be there.
Klay Thompson came into this NBA with a well-earned reputation as a shooter, Brent, but did you ever think he'd become such a potent defender?
I think it's something that he's worked very hard on, and his ability to cross-match. In the early part of his career, you know, Klay Thompson had to take the better scoring of the guards on those nights. It's shifted back, and Klay Thompson is a more well-rounded understanding not only of what he can do defensively, but more of what the opponents that he faces on a nightly basis are trying to do against him.
Clock at 6. On the wing, Porter. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Clippers.
The mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive, and right now stringing some plays together.
And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's the Beast. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The deep 3 from Thompson. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Now just a 4-point Houston lead. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Newman. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Wow, from way downtown, Thompson's ready to shoot. His confidence right now through the roof.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, Klay Thompson, such a perfect fit on the Warriors. A versatile defender, can score playing off the ball, and just plays the game the right way.
Clark, he's checked in for the Rockets. The Rockets trail. Here's the Beast. 9-point game his last outing. And is there any doubt Klay Thompson could go to another team and average 30 points a game as the main offensive weapon?
Yeah, but you know, he's not an attention seeker, and that's just not his personality. He knows it's more fun to play for a win.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Very little locked in at this point, Brent, but sometimes it feels like the best teams are just waiting for the playoffs to begin.
Well, there's always this idea about building up for the playoffs, and I think over the past 5 or 6 seasons, most of the talk that we have is about those teams being as healthy as they possibly can be. And I think that's the time in the season we're at now, Kevin. Make sure that everybody is 100% ready to go, not just mentally, but physically.
And the coaches got to keep their focus, right? I mean, that's tough to do.
The coaches do, but the good ones start that process maybe in the last 15 games of the season to try to ramp things up so that guys feel ready to go once the end of the regular season comes.
Bilic, covered by Chris, and stolen by Chris. Here's the Beast, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
Well, especially when the game is this close, you recognize with your instincts the opportunity to help your team out. Just never flinched.
Thompson surveying the floor. Over Chris. And that one hits back iron.
Oh, just incredible, that spin. Shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot.
And that's a foul called on the Beast. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his third foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Bell is checked in for Golden State. Porter passes to Newman. Thompson outside. And again, no good by Golden State.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Clark. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. From the arc. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Knocked away. Here we go, one-on-one.
And that's his fourth foul, and we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Rockets on top. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. What? Golden State also making some changes. Rivers, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Bell comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And Newman subbed in for Klay Thompson. They've got Wiley. Brandon Knight is out there with the Beast. And it's Clark in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game. And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Wiley. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up on Monday. They'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs.
And they are looking at a ton of road games in the next stretch, but this team shouldn't fear the idea of it. They've been more than capable of getting wins on the road, and I wouldn't expect anything less on this trip.
And the Warriors making a change here. McKinney's checked in. Pass to Newman. Back to Curry. Fires from deep. The shot that time not on target. And the Rockets take it the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you.
It's not fun anymore.
Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. The Rockets, number 1. In third, the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, the fast break is really the focus for both of these clubs. I mean, we've seen them take it up a notch here of late and really playing with a fast tempo.
First one falls for him. Talk about what it means to be a good teammate, Brent. You've played with good ones. You've played with bad ones. I've always thought you were team first when you play.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. There's just an idea about what it is that you can contribute to the team. I think you always have to accentuate those ideals. Your approach on a daily basis has to be consistent. And if you're a starting player, it's one mentality. And if you're somebody that plays off the bench, you have to come to practice every day to push the guy that's in front of you and wait for your opportunity. But most of the time, it's that kind of consistency with which you come to work and the attitude of making sure that I want to make any kind of contribution I can for our team's success. That usually is a pretty good formula for a good teammate.
They double team Curry. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Warriors with possession here. They double team Curry. The finish, the big dunk at the end of the break.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Warriors leading by 12. Passes it to Bell. He dishes it to Curry. Inside. The shot by Newman, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
He kicks it to Bell. Down low. Newman with the bucket. Newman's got the lead up to 14 now for the Warriors.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Timeout called the Warriors. The Rockets making a switch here.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for the Beast. First in scoring, second in steals, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Newman with the bucket.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Rockets trail by 14. Houston moving the ball around. The shot's good from the Beast.
This guy is looking for some life preservers. He needs more help. He's playing well, but his teammates have to pick up the slack here.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Newman. Here's Curry. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. Cloud of smoke has people standing on their feet.
To the paint. Here's Bell, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bell's got 6.
That's a high percentage score for Jordan Bell, who takes high percentage shots.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Warriors leading by 12. The pass to Curry. To the right side. Here's Newman. Shot is good off the back rim and in. 16 points for him.
Steph out there singing a lullaby to the defense, gets them to sleep, and then sets up the teammate nicely.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Warriors lead by 4. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Bell. Newman is out there with Steph Curry. And it's Rivers. And it's McKinney in at the 3. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play going to the line for 1.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint. And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
Porter with the steal. Here's Newman. Kicks to Porter. Pass to Newman. And it's denied. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And the Rockets making a change here. Chris is in. Here's Newman, guarded by Harden. Shot clock at 6. Puts it up from 12. Got a piece of it.
That's some good use of the length right there from Marquise Chris, reaching out and swatting that one away.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
That free throw, no good.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
No good on the second free throw.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Marquise Chris can get up off that floor. Wow.
Timeout called the Warriors. Curry's checked in for Newman. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last timeout. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one. Guys.
Thompson finds Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
What the fuck, defense?
Thompson's got his third assist on the night.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Curry with the bounce pass. Golden State moving it around. Gobert down low. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Harden outside. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And it doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that the three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And it's off from three-point range.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
They are now showing NBA games in virtual reality. You and I have actually seen some examples of that. They can recreate almost any angle. Have you gotten a headset?
I haven't gotten a headset, Kevin, but I have watched it. You and I have talked about it several times.
Many times.
It's an amazing experience, and it will only get better. But I really think about if I was a kid growing up in Germany or Italy, and I had an opportunity to pull on a pair of goggles and to watch the game's greatest players from a seat at half court or the cameras that they set up underneath the goal at either end. What a fantastic way to be enveloped by the NBA game.
It's a cool view.
It's a very cool view, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah. 6 on the shot clock. Unloads from 9, and that one good. And the Warriors lead by 11.
And here's the good thing about Clay. He's not just a long-range bomber. He understands efficiency. Just look at the numbers.
The Beast passes to Morris. Up top, Capella. In the corner, it's Morris. Right wing from outside the arc. Shots good from the Beast. The Beast's got 36.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Morris against Curry. Jacks up a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Curry's got 13 points in the second half.
He has been an absolute wrecking ball from outside during this half, guys.
Here's Harden. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
And Harden never seen a shot he didn't like, and boy, is he comfortable gunning it from there.
To the middle. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Curry. 16 points for Rudy Gobert. Down low, here's the Beast. Porter with a block.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
It's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. No good from the Beast.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and...
How it's possible, 370, 82 games in a row, and then suddenly you're losing on lose. It's impossible. What the fuck? It's impossible.
His all-time defensive.
That's a good question. My position, or I have to go with Gary.
It's possible. If you
Gary
don't
Payton?
have these
Michael
shots,
Jordan.
you don't have green bean, and suddenly after the update you're a green bean, and I don't know what shot. Fuck. How it's possible? Lose. Golden State Lakers. Motherfucker. Lakers, we won the fucking Lakers. Fuck you. Free throw. How it's possible? This motherfucker, this wasn't my free throw. Fuck. Motherfuckers changing everything. Can't play now, motherfuckers. Stupid developers. lose the game when you won the game. I won the stupid teams. I won. The motherfuckers updating that you can play now. You can play now. You can play now, motherfuckers. That was my free throw. And now suddenly it's not works anymore. How it's possible? One. And suddenly lose. Fuck you.
Is there a certain move in the game that you want represented? That
Stupid asshole.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
With the season kicking into high gear, glad to have you with us. Ernie Johnson. Got the Shaq here. Got Kenny the Jet here. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets as they'll be playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. So we're right around halfway through the season. Jack, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system. You have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say do your analysis, never.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Timberwolves come into town for this one. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline in our...
Well, guys, Karl Anthony Towns has a different disposition than...
Outstanding, D.A. Thank you. You know, right around, Chris, this time of year, often top contenders begin to separate themselves from the rest of the teams.
Yeah, now is when guys start feeling comfortable. They're getting into their groove, Kevin. This is when they're getting their mojo back, and they're in their roles, and they got their time. And now you just have to let the ability show through. And how do you do that? By realizing that you hustle in, realizing that you practice, realizing that you put in the hours, trusting that, and now going out and just being yourself and embracing the moment.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Wiggins. Towns is out there with Johnson. And there's Chambers.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Minnesota. It's a three-point game. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's Towns. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And their defense practically non-existent in that one. Just gave up far too many easy shots.
Well, the opponents ran some pretty good sets, too. I mean, let's be honest, Craig.
Here's the Beast. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. First trip to the line for him here.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe.
Not what you expect out of him. He was due to cool off a little, I guess.
Here's Chambers, covered by Chris. Chambers the pass to Wiggins. That one good for 2. Wiggins has got his first points of the night.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because
that's his first foul. The base passes to Harden. Chris with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
Well, look, he was laying in wait for that pass. I mean, lured him into his trap.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Wiggins kicks to Towns. They grab their own miss.
An imposing defender, thanks to his timing, his height, his reach. I mean, Capella is awesome at throwing shooters off their game.
Just 5 on the clock. And another shot. Chambers can't make the basket.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And here's Harden for 3. That shot off the mark. And Minnesota now the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
And in this matchup, last season, not one of the games went their way.
And it's the Rockets on the break. And Chris throws it down.
And once Chris gets the position he wants, he is throwing it down with a vengeance.
Timberwolves trail by 3. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
To the left side wing. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Lob pass to Capella. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Leaping off the ground with such ease. Capella is exceptional with timing. How to finish these alley-oops.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Bogdanovich. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. And this game is tied up now.
And guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Well, I wouldn't say that's his shot, but it's a shot he can make. And that really opens things up for the offense. Assistant quarter for him in terms of the shooting.
The base passes to Chris. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And such focus on these difficult finishes. Chris showing tremendous.
Second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in. Towns has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
In the corner, it's Wiggins. Bogdanovich. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Well, I think he's looking around wondering where the D is. I mean, nowhere near him, that's for sure.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. We've got so many young, exciting players in the NBA right now, Chris. When you MVP in, say, 7 years, what names come to mind?
That's a great question. I mean, you have to think about guys like the Greek Freak.
Or even 5 years. It doesn't have to be that long.
Yeah, but just the potential. I know what you're saying there, Kevin. I mean, Embiid, Ben Simmons, the Greek Freak.
Tatum.
Wow.
I know.
Tatum, it's just so... you could just go to all the young teams and say, these guys are next. I mean, all you got to do is look at the rookie, sophomore, the phenom game and say, just close your eyes and pick any of those guys because you know that they're talent. But, yeah, the Greek Freak, Anthony Davis, Embiid, I think those are all safe bets.
Here's Kursov. Got a hand on it. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And stolen by Knight. Here's Saunders. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Saunders has got his first basket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Here's Sanford. Here's up that time.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
It's good.
Well, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. With a break in the action, let's now bring up the 2K leaderboard and look at the league's top scorers over the past 10 games. And you look at the Beast, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
Quite a role he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately. And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
For Houston, they've gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Good on the three-point shot. The Beasts got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Houston.
Kevin, that's been the key.
Here's Kursov. Offensive rebound. Towns. And Towns throws it down.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Here's the Beast. Oh, good with the triple. Inside. Poked away. And stolen by Wiggins. And there it is for him.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
1:03 left here in the opening quarter. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Taking a look at Houston. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot. But it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, Minnesota. They find themselves in the 8th spot.
And I think for Minnesota, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings.
We got some really good pieces in place. The road ahead it's going to be tough, of course, but I think they're in better shape than a lot of other teams.
And a quick look at the numbers for the Beast. First in scoring, second in steals, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Down low. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to McDaniel. Here's the Beast. The Rockets with another miss.
Well, his stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to.
And that one drops. Now it's a 5-point Timberwolves lead. Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to the Pelicans.
No other way to put it. Defense was awful. Completely uninspired at that end of the floor.
Well, they had a hard time forcing turnovers, and then on the other end, made quite a number of mistakes themselves.
That one misses. Now here's Towns. Really struggled in the loss against New Orleans. Yep, it counts.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
No, Greg, it's not just you. I mean, it's the stat line, too. Look at what he's doing. A dominant night on the glass.
And so it's Minnesota bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more NBA basketball.
How can I lose when I...
All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that.
On his coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Timberwolves, what do you guys think?
aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Well, it does a couple of things. It gives you more opportunities, but it also sets the tone. They're the more physical, the more dominant team right now.
On the court for Minnesota. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The beast in the last matchup against the Warriors was superb. He finished with 36 points and did a great job locking down on defense. And, of course, found his teammates in open space. That was just the latest chapter in what has been a very good stretch of outings for him. Can't afford to take anything for granted going into tonight.
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. Yeah, he showed everybody just how special he is when he is on his game.
Oh, yeah. Once he got them on the ropes, he never let them off the hook. It was full-speed energy basketball at his greatest.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not.
Three from the inbound. It's hauled in by Adams.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backcourt.
And that's a foul called on the Beast. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And already his 3rd foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the 3rd quarter.
It's stolen. Pass to Wiley. Here's the Beast. They get it again. It's up a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. The Beast's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Rockets.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low. Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Sanford. He's guarded by Knight. Here's Kursoff. Misses the 3.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Wiley, the pass to Capella. And some nice passing there by Houston. Kept alive. A nice shot by Knight. Now it's just a 3-point Minnesota lead.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
And the basket is good. And that's 20 points for the Beast.
He's ramped up his game in a big way this quarter. I don't think he likes it when they're trailing.
Sanford. He's guarded by Knight. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Off target from outside. Rockets trail by 3. The Beast passes to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, Capella is just fantastic at dunking at home, leaving no mistake on these kinds of chances near the hoop.
There's 45 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Wiggins outside. Left side, Towns. That one goes. Count it. Towns has got 11 points in the quarter.
He gets it to him off the bounce pass and gets the assist.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's the Rockets now. Back to Knight. Passes it to Capella. Clark for 3. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. And that's a foul called on the Beast. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Saunders, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Really left alone that time. Now it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Here's Kursoff. His three-pointers off the mark.
Motherfucker! Shut the fuck up, stupid!
That'll do it for the first half. Minnesota on top, up 6. And now let's catch up with...
Jeez.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain it. The Beast, he's checked in for the Rockets. We've got Chris. Morris is out there with Harden. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's the Beast in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game. And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you spend all that time in the locker room trying to get mentally prepared. Then you come out and give up that? No.
Chris pass to the Beast. Drops in the tray. The Beast's got 23 points.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
Yeah, but he has a big height advantage, but that's somewhat mitigated out there on that perimeter when you got to come check him.
Johnson with the bounce pass. To the inside. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Johnson's got 6.
How's that for a start? Good on all 3 attempts so far in the second half.
Here's Harden. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, and for a guard, Harden does a ton of damage inside, especially how he gets these foul calls close to the basket.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
He's so confident, so self-assured on every free throw he takes.
Outside, Towns. He kicks to Johnson. Right side Towns, 5 to shoot. It's blocked.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And there's the pass to McDaniel. Here's the Beast. No good. That would have tied it. Timberwolves leading by 3. Wiggins from outside. The offensive rebound. Rockets have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. The Rockets with another miss. The Timberwolves shooting in this game 45%. Inside. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 12.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game. And Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
Chambers against Harden. Johnson in the corner. Kept alive, Minnesota. Here's Wiggins. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Slater covered by Morris. That's tipped. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And some nice passing there by Houston. And stolen by Wiggins. Feeds it to Towns. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
The first free throw is good. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's the Beast. 23 points in the game. Pass to McDaniel. Here's the Beast for the lead. Pass to McDaniel. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. McDaniel's got himself on the board with 3 there.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Passes to Slater. To the middle. Cuts off the pass. To the middle. Here's the beast. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for it.
Okay, it could be. Take a great defensive play, follow it up with a big-time dunk. That'll always get a team fired up.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And that's a foul called on the beast. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one.
So we see Houston taking the W here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA. Presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.
Did you see that?
Woo, that's
that
what I'm talking about.
man. Good game, baby.
I'm joined by Cam Reddish, the number 10 overall pick in the draft. How does it feel to be out here in Vegas in front of all these fans?
I mean, yeah, it feels great. I mean, I get to see the players, and they're real cool and down-to-earth guys. So, you know, I'm looking forward to getting to work with them.
You're about to get scanned into NBA 2K. What's that feeling like? What's going through your head?
I mean, it's a dream coming true. I used to make, you know, my little own player every time I possibly could get a chance growing up. So, I mean, now I'm officially going to be in the game, so it's pretty cool. It's a blessing.
Now in my team, you get a My Player card. What would your pose be for your player card?
Just like this.
Okay, a nice little swoosh.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice, I like it. What's one thing that you want in the game from your game and your playing style?
Hoping I can get a little bit of handle in there and my shot off the dribble.
Definitely my speed, so I should be fast on it, I feel like.
All right, you heard it. Devs, he wants his speed up. You just got scanned for 2K. What was that experience like?
It was cool. It was fun, you know, knowing that you're going to be on 2K. You know, you grow up playing it, so to know you're going to be on it, it was pretty fun.
Are you going to choose your player in the game?
Honestly, I might choose myself and try and like boost all the ratings up to a 99 and make me better than LeBron. That's probably.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, folks, I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets as they'll be playing against the Mavericks in Dallas. And guys, for the Mavericks,
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. So for the Mavericks, their last game, a loss to the Golden State Warriors.
And with your defense, one part's your ability, the other, though, is effort, and in that one, they showed neither.
No, there's no question, Greg. I thought their defensive intensity was lacking from the outset. It looked like they were just hoping the other team would miss.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Rockets, Morris is out there with Harden, and it's the Beast, and there's Chris, and it's Capella in at the 5 down low. Looking at the midseason numbers for international viewership, Doris, the league is really making an impression around the world.
I know soccer is maybe the biggest sport worldwide, but what has struck me over the last 5 to 10 years is how global a game basketball has become, and the fact that it's one of the fastest growing sports in the entire world. And make no mistake, to me, it's the league that has brought this ability to bring people together with incredible stars who fans can relate to. The one guy that comes to mind, obviously, Steph Curry.
Well said. The vision of the league, to me, is just incredible and unequal.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
As the head coach of the Mavericks did give me a few minutes to catch up. He told me he's looking forward to the matchup tonight. It's their first time against this team, so he's curious to see what his guys do on offense. He said it's important that we're aggressive defensively, that we use our length and shot blocking as a deterrent inside. We'll see if they can be successful tonight. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Not too surprising that he wants to see him sharp at the defensive end right from the opening tip.
And, you know, they have the ability to control a game with their D, but they have to be aggressive and send that message right away.
I do believe, Greg, this team has an intimidation factor working in their favor because of the level of defense that they play. And if the stops start adding up in the first half, that factor starts to weigh on the opponent's mind.
And so here is Dallas. The Rockets making the shot. And Cousins kicks to Doncic. 14 feet away. Again, the Mavericks score.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
Harden outside. Houston moving it around. Now the pass to Morris. Here's the beast, defended by Butler. Yep, that one goes.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Smith kicks to Cousins. Pass to Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
Now here is Smith after Clint Capella's miss. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Take a look at the Mavericks. They're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
And when I look at Houston, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
Morris against Smith to the paint. It's Butler that time on the assist by Smith. And it's 9 points for Jimmy Butler.
Well, there's a gritty nature to what Jimmy Butler does, just outworking people down low.
The Beast passes to Harden. The three. Another miss by Houston. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. When Dennis Smith Jr. gets going, Doris, you can just see the explosiveness he has.
Oh, Kev, I mean, I'll tell you, the burst is amazing. And what I like is he will dunk over any player, and if necessary, dunk through a player.
There's Chris. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Fires the three, and the three is knocked down. Deep ball good, and a nice shot from the Beast.
And that's the right pass, Kevin. Chris has been working on his decision-making, and it pays off.
Pass to Doncic. There's the feed to Butler. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, guys, you think about Jimmy Butler, drafted by the Chicago Bulls, and
here's Cousins. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State.
The other thing I thought was big guy, any part of him.
To him, roaming the paint. The pass to Chris. Here's the Beast. It's 2. And now, and Doris, the Bulls are trying to really mesh with Butler's approach.
And he has said perhaps he was too confrontational. With that obsessive drive of his, it can sometimes maybe rub people the wrong way. I think he's trying to balance that intensity with positivity with this young group.
And that one drops for him. Randall's got the lead up to 3 now for the Mavs.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Back tonight. Inside. The shot's good from the Beast. The Beast's got 11 points.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
That puts them in the lead. He's got 13.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been a go-to guy for them as they've taken this lead, and he keeps coming.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Smith kicks to Randall. It's deflected.
Oh, the freak athleticism. Chris with the tools to be an elite rim protector.
The Rockets trail. Here's the Beast. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Minnesota.
Yeah, I was also struck by how well he shared the basketball. He created a lot of easy buckets with that passing ability.
Offline with the baseline jumper. It's Randall with the drive. Kicks it to Doncic. Another three for Dallas.
And they're not afraid to let it fly from deep. They're looking to extend their lead with the three ball here in the second quarter.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against the Timberwolves had a huge game. He finished with 27 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of three-pointers. His coach said it best, when he gets in the zone, there is no stopping him. We'll see if he gives us another superstar performance tonight, Kevin.
Okay, thanks, David. And what do you think, guys? Will we see a repeat of his performance again in this one?
I wouldn't be surprised if he's even better tonight, Kevin. He has the ability to follow up a great game with an even greater one.
Well, we would certainly enjoy watching that, but I'm sure he's not going to compare this game to last. He's just trying to lock in and do his job.
A lot of guys can take over a game, Doris, at a moment's notice. I mean, snap of your finger. In your mind, who goes that quickly into that zone and takes over like that?
I'll tell you this, the guy who comes first to my mind is Klay Thompson. I mean, what we've seen this guy achieve in a 12-minute quarter and the speed with which the ball from the touch of his fingertips to the release is incredible. Damian Lillard, another guy, doesn't get it off quite as fast as Klay, but can put 20-30 in a quarter in a heartbeat. Guys like Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, when they start cooking, boy, you better step out that kitchen because you're going to be in trouble, Kevin.
Well said. Saunders, he's checked in for Houston.
I'll tell you, he's coming through for them at the free throw line today. His form has been perfect.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Smith against Knight. Smith finds Cousins. Shoots over Capella. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Rockets trail by 5. Here's Saunders. Drains the three-pointer. Saunders has got 5 now. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
So what you look for in the first game, 1, does one team make a statement? And 2, how does the other team react to that?
Now a timeout called by Houston.
I think when you talk about the Dallas Mavericks, it's not hard to think about the ownership. Driven, intelligent, committed, and the team has embodied those traits.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Carl's checked in. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Mavericks.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
Well, that shows a sign of maturity, guys. Everyone expecting Knight to try and score it. Instead, he finds the open man.
Smith, the pass to Doncic. Here's Randall. The rebound by the Beast.
And look at how well the defense does to cut his path to the basket. Comes up empty on what might have been an easy play.
From 13, and he can't bank that one in. And even though the Mavericks had a couple of bad years in a row, this franchise remains rock solid.
Well, think about they've had consistency from the top down. It's a pioneering organization that's always looking at the next innovation. And remember, they have a very strong fan base. He's fighting it in this quarter. Hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
The Beast. It's rebounded by Dallas. Cousins has got 4 rebounds in this game.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Here's Doncic. The shot. The putback. Randall on the follow. Randall's got 6 points in the quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from the Beast. Smith scanning the floor from 12 feet out. The shot missing. And it's Houston the other way. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And the story of that game was their terrific rhythm on the offensive end.
Right, you could tell they were in a groove all night. They looked comfortable, they didn't rush, it was gorgeous execution.
And so assured, can't give an inch of breathing room to Smith Jr. That's when he strikes.
Here's the Beast. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
And a good opportunity here to go 2 for 1.
Let's see what they do here, Greg, right? Because you know they want to get a couple of possessions out of the time left.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Saunders misses. Mavericks leading by 9. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Smith against Knight. Smith up top. A 24-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Count it. And that's 21 points for the Beast.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And so it's Dallas ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where...
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. What can you say? The Beast, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
And it's mattered not, Greg, whether he's been spotting up or creating for himself. He was unstoppable, and you hope it carries over to the second half.
And so in the game for the Rockets, they've got Marquise Chris, Harden out there at Morris, and it's the Beast, and it's Capella in at the center position.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That is his first foul of the game. Here's the Beast. Houston moving it around. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Yeah, and an example of why you want to let the game come to you. The opening presented itself, he converted in a big way.
Throws down the breakaway jam.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Butler, no good.
They've got to start working for better shots. Just 1 for 4 in the second half so far.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Saturday, they'll be tipping off a homestand, starting with the Memphis Grizzlies. And then on Monday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic.
And it's going to be home game after home game after home game for this group. So they got a great chance to string together a number of wins given how strong they've been playing.
Wagner, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Wiley, he's checked in for Chris. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
The Rockets have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%. Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe.
Uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots.
Miller's checked in for the Mavericks. Here's the Beast. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
Here's Butler. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
That's exactly what you want right there. Jimmy Butler being aggressive on the interior.
And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength.
McDaniel, the pass to the Beast. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. The Beast's got 29. Dallas has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. To the middle. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They've led by as many as 11 points. Jackson misses. The Rockets are gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. That gives them the lead. And that's 31 points for the Beast.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Guarded by Harden. With the shot. And the jumper is good. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
And that one's good by Clark.
Boy, look at how hard he pursues the basketball. Gets out of his area. Terrific work on the offensive glass.
To the inside.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Miller finds Jackson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. In the past, it has been suggested, Doris, that up-tempo teams couldn't maintain that style and then go on to win the playoffs. Is that an outdated theory and thought process?
Well, I think it is always contingent on the team, Kevin. You think back to the Lakers Showtime era, when the reality is those were up-tempo, Showtime-type teams, right? They could sustain it. But I think the fact of the matter is the teams that sustain success are the ones that can play in virtually any style. Can they play up-tempo if you allow them? Certainly. But when the game slows, particularly in the playoffs and the postseason, can you execute in the half court? Because you've got to be able to play both ways, I think, to win in the modern NBA.
Dallas making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. The Beast passes to Saunders. And stolen by Cousins. That's tipped. Here's the Beast. And that one is good. The Beast's got 33. A minute 50 left in the third. Harden against Jackson. Shot, high post. The Rockets pull it in.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
To the left wing. Lets the 3 fly. No good from the Beast.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
Dishes to Miller. Outside Jackson. He kicks it to Miller. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer. No good on that one. Houston's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Plenty of space. Wagner controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Miller finds Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Neither team wants to give an inch. This is fun. Both teams trying desperately to seize the momentum.
Passes to Chris. Here's Saunders. And some nice passing there by Houston.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge, or at least contest the shot.
Now, here is Miller. He's got 9. Here's Cousins. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And you can't end the period any better than that.
Boy,
And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Mavericks lead by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Smith at point and Doncic next to him. Jimmy Butler is out there with Randall, and it's Cousins in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
How exciting is this kid? One of the more athletic front court players you'll find in the NBA. Marquise Chris doing work.
Smith kicks to Butler. Morris, left side. Out to the right wing. Here's Saunders. The pass to the Beast. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Friday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Sunday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers.
And for the matchup with the Sixers, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Randall.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
What an offensive clinic we have been given today. They're hitting every single thing they put at the rim right now.
Smith kicks to Randall. To the paint. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Randall's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, terrific floor awareness from the crafty swingman. Jimmy Butler playing the role of facilitator.
Pass to Capella. Here's Saunders. He's guarded by Cousins. Capella, the pass to the Beast. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
The Maverick shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Randall outside. Back to Butler. He dishes it to Doncic. Great open look there. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Passes it to the Beast. And so Houston again turning it over.
Ouch, that's a waste of possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
Wiley, he's checked in for Houston. For Dallas, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Takes the 13-footer. Wiley with the rebound. Wiley's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Dennis Smith.
You know, seeing an uptick in his trips to the free throw line, really, since we came out of the half.
And as many times as we've seen him at the free throw line tonight, I think by now we know what's going to happen.
Boy, the missed free throw there, keeping this game at even. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
Left side, Butler. And that's a foul called on the Beast. That will be foul number 5 on him. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Randall.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Rockets trail. Here's the Beast. Pass to Morris. Houston moving it around. The Beast. It's rebounded by Dallas. Cousins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one difference.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Sellist asja putsi enne ei olnud. Ma mingin All-Stariga ma kuradi mänge kaotama hakkan. Putsi ma võitsin kuradi 80-90 mängu järjest, et tule nüüd järsku see kuradi munn hakkab pihta. Kuradi vittu siin toimub. Mida vittu järsku hakkab toimuma? See ei ole normaalne enam, see ei ole loogiline.
So it's got like 3 layers of meats and cheeses, and then it's all bread.
Kuidas saab järsku hakata fucking kaotama, kogu aeg kuradi türa võitsi? Kuidas on see võimalik kogu aeg fucking kaotada, kogu aeg võidetakse? Mis kuradi valemiga?
You were just telling me that you have 2K in your hotel room right here.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Korra on ka kuradi update toimub putsi mul tükk aega kuradi enne kui ma olen hakkama saan kuradi normaalselt mängida.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Rockets in Houston. Taking a look at the Rockets, they're excited about this one and will be laying it all on the line. The intensity, palpable.
Have a great game.
The famous Toyota Center in the big Boston. Kevin Harlan here to sideline all game long. Today's game finds the Grizzlies winding down their road trip. It's an opportunity for them. These are the games, guys.
And guys, when you look at coming into the season, and now they've strung together.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. We've got Bagley. He's out there with Jackson, and it's Barry in at the 2. Steve, how about just getting along? I mean, obviously you want to win and play well, but what about teammates just getting along?
You know, Kevin, I love it because I think there's an expectation if you don't get along, you can't win. There are some teams you can see these two guys don't like each other, and they still win. But then the teams that is sustained for a long time is the teammates that get along. What you want to do is set, goals that's realistic. And if you can do that and obtain that, then you have pretty much a good team.
And what's interesting about Bagley, I mean, he has solid form,
as a shooter. The results from distance, though, have been inconsistent.
There does come a time when you haven't made anything all quarter long. Pass the rock.
Oh, easy put back. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but
And here are the Grizzlies. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Beast out there with Brandon Knight. And it's McDaniel at the center filling out the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against the Mavericks got the job done. He finished with 42 points, and along with what he did on offense, he had a big defensive night as well. That was just the latest in a string of very productive games for him. We'll see if he can keep this streak going, Kevin.
Hey, David, thanks very much. He's one of those players who can do remarkable things on any given night, in any given game. That was a special game he played.
And it wasn't just the performance, guys, but really his preparation. He knew the right way to attack in every situation.
And that was the beauty of it. His ability to read and react to whatever they threw at him.
Brunson, good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
You want to talk about ugly? This team is losing, partly because he hasn't drained a shot all night.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
To me, there's a fine line between being aggressive and just flat out forcing it. His inability to make shots right now is sinking the ship.
Memphis with the ball. They've got a 10-0 run going, and that's a foul called on the Beast. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
Here's Brunson. And that's a foul called on the Beast. That's his 5th foul. Here's Hart. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. 6 to shoot. It's intercepted.
The turnovers keep coming. It's been a pretty sloppy start to the game for them, but they're still in the driver's seat.
Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Monday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Atlanta Hawks.
And this is a perfect situation for them coming up. They'll be facing a lot of teams that they should beat, and those games will be at home. Can't ask for a better stretch of the schedule.
He hits the second from the line. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Brunson. He's guarded by Knight. With the teardrop, Brunson, good. Brunson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint. Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Hart the pass to Bagley. That's tipped. Pass to the Beast. It's deflected. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Pulls up. Brunson, no good. Rockets have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. A nice shot by McDaniel.
I'll tell you, even though he's a question mark from range, you still have to defend him.
That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Now a timeout called by Houston. More and more, Steve, the NBA becoming about two-way players. Who are some of your favorites that fit that mold?
I think option number one is LeBron James. He does an excellent job, and obviously because of the load he's been carrying, it's been more, I would say, sided offensively, but he's capable. Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul, Draymond Green doesn't score much on the offensive end, but you know he does a lot of things as far as passing the basketball, setting screens. So them are some of those guys. And Kevin Durant lately has become one of those guys that you can count on blocking shots.
Love all those examples. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Rockets. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot. But it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, Memphis, 2.5 games back.
And I think for the Rockets, any fears of a regression for them this season have been laid to bed. They're an elite team yet again, and they're poised for a dominant stretch run here.
I can't see them slowing down anytime soon. If anything, I think they'll just get stronger as the playoff gets closer.
And so it's Memphis with it. After the missed three from the Beast. And it's good for 2. 7 points in the game.
The beauty of the teardrop. Very difficult to really contest.
Looking to get back on track here. The Grizzlies pull it in. Jackson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Steve, looks like we may not have any more sleeved jerseys anymore. As you look back, is this the end of an era or the end of an error, a mistake?
Either way, I am happy, Kevin. I just didn't like the look.
I am too.
And I could imagine being a player, being able to try to shoot the basketball with sleeves.
It made no sense.
Not at all. So I'm looking forward not to see guys wearing, I would call it T-shirts.
Yeah. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball after the miss from the Beast, Hart. And the 3 off target. Houston's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Here's the Beast. The 3-pointer is right on target. The Beast's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Barry. And he hits the jump shot. And here's Knight. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
Well, you have to have an aggressive mindset, and you have to try to disrupt their rhythm.
And so here's Memphis. The Rockets making the shot. The tray drills the 3-pointer.
Bad communication defensively. This is the last guy you want to leave open from there.
Pass to the Beast. Launches it. Brandon Knight, and that's good. Knight's got 11 points.
Oh, okay. It's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
Here is Gaines. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah. Here's Collier, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Clint Capella.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Saunders, he's checked in for Houston. Morris comes in for Brandon Knight. Houston's gone for the 3-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Book it on the money from the Beast. The Beast's got his second bucket of the night.
He's just one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense regardless of the situation.
Pass to Gaines. Outside for Jackson. Rebounded by Capella. Rockets trail by 21. Lets it go from the wing. Misses off the right iron.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And that's a foul called on the Beast. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
And he has to take that long.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies in very good shape with a Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Türa ei olnud sellist asja, mis võtab 2 punkti. No ei olnud sellist asja. Türa kuradi munni jura ei olnud.
His all-time defender.
My position, or I have to go Gary Payton, Michael Jordan.
Enne mängisime Kristjanist korra. 2 mängu saanud. Enne seda, enne kaotust pole mänginud. Ei ole loogiline, vaadake ise. 17 mängu järjest, siis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kaotust 1 mäng. Ise on kadunud, mis mul oli. Vaadake ise seda võitu teada. Vaadake ise seda. Jaš. Ma ei saa. Mis selle põhjustas? Mis tõesti appi? Mis tõesti appi, et ei saaks tulla mängida? See vittu ei saaks mängida. See saaks kuradi 99 kunagi täis. Kui on asi särgis, kui valge särk ei ole hea, kui on punane särk.
There was just so much excitement in the air, and I don't know about you, but I love interviewing rookies. They're the best.
Yes, they're so excited. It's almost like a rite of passage. You get scanned into NBA 2K20, and then to be able to talk to them on 2K TV about their passion for the game was just...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And the pregame warm-ups are wrapping up out in Houston, where it'll be the Rockets going up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, they have...
apteek käkkis kõik täiega ära, kõik keras jumala perse, karu perse läks kuradi mäng. See on hästi.
The Magic are out of Orlando and into this interconference game. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Here in Houston, it's another home game for the Rockets. They just haven't been able to buy a break lately. 5 of their last 6 games have been losses.
And I think for the Rockets, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
Well, we know what they're capable of, and these fellas aren't waiting around. They're putting the hammer down. I mean, not holding anything back.
A look at the Magic starting group. Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Then it's Malone, and it's Warner in at the 2. Outside Gordon. And right around this time of the year, some teams spending long stretches on the road. Chris, that's difficult. It's got to be tough, I would assume, for players to deal with that, teams to deal with that.
It does get tough. Long road trips, travel, staying home from your family. You haven't seen your family and your friends. But I tell you what it does as a team. Coaches love it because it builds camaraderie, it builds chemistry. Now you have time to go to the movies and hang out with guys on your team at a restaurant or just hanging out. And what does that do? It brings you a little bit closer together because now you're building a relationship that's not based on basketball. These long road trips allow you to be together, to get to understand and know each other in ways maybe you haven't before. And believe me, there's been many times on the court I've joked with the guy on my team about something that had nothing to do with the game, and it brought us to even play harder because we had an inside joke about something else. Who wouldn't want to play with their friends, right? Who wouldn't want their friends to challenge them? And that's the type of relationships you build on these long road trips.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Even with the miss, that's a jumper he'll keep taking as long as they keep leaving him open.
Here's Malone. The second effort. Gale covered by Morris. It's stolen, and it's Houston on the break. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Bamba's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And the cold start gets a little colder. Just 1 for 4 to start the game.
Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Here's Warner. Here's Gale. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
The inbound play works to perfection. You got to love to get those quick hitters.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
I don't know, Greg, but what I do know is that we're looking at a possible finals matchup. These are 2 of the league's most dangerous teams, no doubt.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
An elite shot blocker in this game. Capella's athleticism and length allows him to stifle shooters.
The putback, it's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Orlando leading by 3, and that's a foul called on the Beast. That is his first foul of the game. Gale covered by Morris. Count that one. Malone's got his second basket of the night.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
Rockets have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Malone. Harden with it. He's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
The Magic again can't hit.
He hasn't been his best this quarter.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I did speak earlier with the Magic's head coach. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
That's great, David. Thanks. They've got their hands full against a team that plays such tough D.
And that's why you got to be flexible in terms of your game plan, particularly on the offensive end. They might have to try a few different approaches till they find one that works.
Well, Greg, I think the best approach is a solid motion offense, a lot of back cuts, ball movement side to side. Against a team with this kind of defense, good movement is always the key to breaking them down.
And the Rockets making a change here. Saunders has checked in.
And it's clear why Capella shoots at such a high percentage. I mean, because he picks good shots to take inside.
Gale covered by Morris. Pass to Warner. Lets it fly from 18. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
He's the key if they're going to make a run. He's been way off this court.
Shot up 2 there. The Beast's got his second bucket.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Gale covered by Morris. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Passes it to Warner. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. A 15-footer, and the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack whenever possible.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Big-time scoring is always a premium, Chris, when you're evaluating players on the offensive side. What do you hope to find as you kind of break down their game?
I hope to find that you can dribble, shoot, and pass. Because if you can do those things and you're a great scorer, then I know that if you get double-teamed, you can find an open man. That if you have the heart of an unselfish player, that you're willing to think 2-3 plays ahead of how to set someone else up that's struggling, because a great player can always get their own. And also on the offensive side of the ball, are you careless? Or do you value possessions? Do you make easy turnovers? And if you do make a turnover in the offensive end, what is your temperature like defensively? When you run back and get back and try to get a stop, what type of player are you overall? Great offensive players are result-oriented, not necessarily seeking individual numbers or acclaim, and that's a big part of my evaluation.
And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Give the loose G an assist on that one. Get a body on him.
Orlando with the ball, following the score by Houston. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Knight. Robinson pulls it in. Magic leading by 7. It's Parker with the drive. That's tipped. The Beast passes to Wiley. To the paint. Another shot. He lays it in. Riley's got his first bucket of the night.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Robinson dishes to Carter. Back to Robinson. 6 to shoot. Outside Martin. There's the triple. Connects from three-point range. Martin's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Timeout called, the Rockets.
And he has not been on his game here. He's forcing a lot of shots, and the team is suffering because of it. It's time for him to focus on getting his teammates involved.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Rockets. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, Memphis, a game and a half out.
And, you know, Houston, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
Yeah, Greg, already the focus has started to turn to the postseason.
Orlando leading. They've got Saunders. Morris is out there with the Beast. And there's Chris. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Rockets have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. You've got to like how they've shot the ball. The Magic have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Gale covered by Morris. Rebounded by Capella.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
No good from the Beast.
He's got to find better looks, or he's never going to pull out that funk he's in tonight.
Malone. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The Magic.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown. Been successful with their arm.
Good for Malone. So here is Houston. They trail by 3. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to make the extra pass.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance.
Impressive. A shot blocking specialist who also makes an impact on the offensive end.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he's at 73% this year at the foul line. Adequate, but not spectacular.
You know, for years, the adage has been that C-Web big men take longer to develop than other positions. Does that still ring true today?
I don't think so. I think today the point guard position, because the point guard position is the toughest position in the game. I think when the big men did take the longest to develop, it was because the big man position, the center and power forward, were the toughest, and that's kind of changed. Cat and B didn't take very long to develop. Big men coming to the league, they're more polished now, and I think the fact that the coaches are the coaching, the skill sets now are so much more alike that guys can make an easier adjustment into the game because they've been playing their game and adjusting a lot longer than maybe the players before that had to find a different role once they entered into the pros.
Here's the Beast. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. The Beast's got 10 points.
Well, 1 make and 6 attempts. I think it's fair to say he's had a rough start to this quarter.
Kicks it to Bamba. Orlando moving the ball around. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up. And you look at the Beast. He stands at number 2 in the Western Conference. The fans giving him the backing he deserves. A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. Saunders, the pass to the Beast. And they pick up 2. Now it's just a 3-point Magic lead.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
To the inside. And the dunk by Bamba.
And that's 7'9" wingspan on full display there. Bamba swooping in with authority.
To the inside. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea.
Free throw no good for Parker. The Beast passes tonight. Deflects the pass. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Rockets trail. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Orlando. Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. And it's Malone. And it's Warner in at the shooting guard position. The Beast passes to Chris. Here's the Beast. Nailed from three-point land. The Beasts got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Houston. Orlando's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Gale covered by Morris. Gordon, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Marquise Chris did not like that.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter.
He's trying to help him add to this lead, but he just can't find his touch.
Gale covered by Morris. Here's Gale. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
He's done everything they've asked for tonight. I mean, it's all because of all the work he's done that this game is even close.
Houston making a switch. Clark's checked in. The Beast passes to Chris. Here's the Beast. The three-pointer no good. For Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Pass to Gordon. Down low. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 14 points for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Capella, the pass to the Beast. Chris kicks to Clark. Here's the Beast. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Well, I know he's not the #1 priority for the defense, but they still got to give him some attention, guys.
Shoots from the line, and there the Magic with another bucket.
Well, that makes him 4 for 5. I mean, I think that's pretty good numbers. I mean, they've got to be pleased with how things are playing off so far.
And now Orlando on the break. Here's Warner, and the layup's good off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Magic lead.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
The Beast, great pass to set up the lay-in. The Beast's got 19 points.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Gale covered by Morris. To the left side wing. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Timeout called, the Rockets. Orlando making some changes. Robinson's checked in for Bamba. Parker comes in for Gordon, and it's Carter in for Malone. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Houston. It's a 5-point game. Over to the wing. The Beast. No good on the triple.
He's not the only one to blame for them being behind, but he hasn't helped their cause much.
And that's a foul called on the Beast. That will be foul number 5 on him. Magic leading by Gale, guarded by Harden. Inside, here's Warner away. The Rockets again can't hit.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. Martin's checked in for Orlando. And so he makes both from the line.
And as great of a free throw shooter as...
For the 3, Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. It's good from in tight. Martin's got the lead up to 9 now for Orlando.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's the Beast, covered by Martin. Here's the Beast. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. To the inside. Gale. It's deflected. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. The Magic making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Here's Martin. Out to Carter from past the arc. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. The pass to McDaniel. Houston moving the ball around. Good on the shot. Harden's got a second bucket tonight.
And this is what you get with the Beard. I mean, he takes pride in nailing tough shots over the defense.
Outside Robinson. Here's Parker. The Magic again can't hit. Rockets trail by 7. And looking at Jabari Parker, 6'8", about 250 pounds. Greg, what's his best position?
You know, I think he has a small forward skill, but with the way the game is changing, you could see him play some power forward as well. And I think his best fit might just be at the 4 because of the mismatch he can create.
To the middle, here's the Beast. Nice pass, right under the rack perfectly for the layup. The Beast's got 9 points now in the quarter. Magic leading by 7. There's a minute 47 left in the third quarter of the game. And it's Martin missing. Rockets have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Saunders, he's checked in for the Rockets. Knight comes in for James Harden. And here are the Rockets now. The Beast passes to McDaniel. To the inside. Here's Wiley, covered by Martin. Shot clock at 5. Here's the Beast. That shot misses. Good work defensively by Martin. Shoots from the high post. Out to Carter. Pass to Robinson. Poked loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Knight. And now let's check in on the 2 guards from around the league and see which one of them is playing the stingiest defense over the span of the last 10 games. And you look at the Beast, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league.
You know, he's often forced to guard the opposition's top player on the perimeter, and still he's made his way all the way up the steals list.
He's the kind of elite defender that opponents dread guarding. I mean, just the prospect of going up against him, they hate it.
Got a hand on it. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Houston shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And that one misses. So we can't get either to fall.
Not what you expect out of him. He was due to cool off a little bit.
And he has to take that.
And so it's Orlando winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it.
ole võimalik. Vaadake mu eelmisi videosid, vaadake. Ja võrrelge. Kui suur on vahe eelmise All-Stari ja nüüd All-Stari vahel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get up with it sometime. Try to get a new court in my house, get everything refurbished, repainted, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's get all.
Vaadake ise, vaadake, võidud ainult. Ja järsku hakkab pihta kaotus, võit, kaotus. Kuidas? Kuidas saab see olla, kui siin on võidud ainult? Kuidas on see võimalik? Öelge nüüd, et ei ole update. Atlanta Hawksi võitsid. 23 punkti. Nüüd ta Jassi võitsid 20. Kõiki meeskondi kuradi mingi 20 punktiga nagu võita. Okei, nüüd on vähem, kõik on. Ja järsku hakatakse kuradi kaotama niimoodi sellist kuradi seisu. Ütle nüüd, et selle kuradi update'i käsu mängus. See kuradi fucking capture kaart mõjub niimoodi. Võib tule selle pärast ma ei saa mängida. See kuradi muudab seda kuradi mängu kulgu nii kõvasti. Türa ma ei saa aru.
How's it going?
Hey, need some help?
Mida vittu ma pean siis tegema? Leid.
Huddle up. Nothing is gonna get us out of this loser streak other than grinding harder. Let's get after it. We're gonna work on putting the ball in the basket today. And after all, it is the primary objective of this game. So, today we're gonna focus on getting the ball in the basket, so let's get to it.
Come on, AI, focus.
right, good job. Let's move on to the next drill.
nagu kuradi minema kõik peetud, et kuradi settingud, mis mul olid.
Keep it going.
Hey, he can ball, huh?
Türa mängus.
Now we're rolling.
Way to finish strong, fellas. Try to get some shots up before you get out of here.
Türa see on ka mingi kuradi imelikuks tehtud see kuradi screen. Türa mis kuradi keerlisest tegi. Kanni Anni.
Yo, Veronica, you got a check for me?
Sure do. Here you go.
Thanks. Hey, Spinelli.
Can't win them all, sir.
So true.
lööb sinna laua sisse. Puts tuleb. Jälle mingisugune. Mul on nii perse, kui see mäng keerab. Praegu on näpitanud kogu gameplay'si. Kõik mänge jätkegi näiteks. Muljes rumu. Teine suuremaks. Väga palju suuremaks.
Thank you so much.
You got scanned for 2K20. What was that experience like?
I can't believe, I dream about it. Like, I wanted to be on the 2K, when I was a kid, and now I'm going to be on it.
I saw you down there playing 2K20 with Ronnie. Who is better at 2K, you or Ronnie?
I was, but, you know, the drink fell on my foot.
Oh,
so
okay.
Ronnie went to go lay it up, and he ended up beating me by like 4 points. So
Oh, I like the excuses.
it's crazy.
And whenever NBA 2K is around, you know the competition gets hot.
The poor man gets paid! He gets paid! The poor man gets paid! 2K20 is amazing.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. And for the Atlanta Hawks, they want to turn this season series around as they lost their last matchup against the Rockets.
And no one expected them to win that game per se, but no excuse for the way that one ended up.
They just simply blew it. Hopefully that won't occur ever again now that they have that bad taste in their mouth.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The Rockets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. Now, Steve, you can see it. Some players starting to feel the fatigue of a long season. How much you think is from the travel aspect of being a player in the NBA?
Kevin, I think it's a lot about the travel. The travel is a grind, and I think being able to sleep on planes, that is an art. I couldn't do that, and I think that's what guys are trying to find different ways where they're comfortable getting a lot of rest on planes, but you got to find a way once you get to that city to, I guess, have some discipline where you can stay in, not go out to dinners, and spend a lot of time using that time to recover.
Young with the steal. And now here comes Young leading the break. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Now, here is Morris. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. The beast. And the shot falls short this time. Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a loss to the Nuggets. To the middle, here's George. And he banks in the layup. George has got his first 2 points.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Here he is doing it again.
No good from the beast.
Well, this is why you see guys shying away from their mid-range jumper. It's a bit of a lost art.
North, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
Passes it to Young. For Houston, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. The Beast passes to Harden. Here's the Beast. Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These the new power rankings. They tell a great story. Taking a look at Toronto. They sink a little bit here in the rankings. Still, though, remaining in the top 5.
And when I look at Houston, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And this is what you got to do. I mean, if it ain't working, call timeout, try to figure out what you can do to fix the problem.
You know, also, it's just a chance to take a breath, regroup, get your mindset, and come back out fresh.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Rockets. Off to a great start this season, currently in second. And, of course, the Rockets. They're tied right now.
And I think for the Rockets, any fears of a regression for them this season have been laid to bed. They're an elite team yet again, and they're poised for a dominant stretch run here.
I can't see them slowing down anytime soon. If anything, I think they'll just get stronger as the playoffs gets closer.
Well, Smitty, you played here in Atlanta for so many years. What are some of your favorite spots or things to do in Atlanta?
Well, I love to eat, and two of my favorite places are Busy Bee Cafe. Just love that. And Umi. Then what I love to do is try to get a little exercise. I love to walk Chastain Park. The fans here, the city of Atlanta, I just love it so much we've made it home.
And there's the pass to Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. Down low. And it's blocked.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass. The Beast passes to Chris. Here's the Beast. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Pass to Chris. Here's the Beast. Another miss by Houston.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Here's North. Shoots over Capella. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
No good on that one. And the Hawks making a change here. Good on the second free throw. Rockets trail by 5. Over to the wing. The Beast passes to Chris. Here's the Beast. And he overshot that one, missing.
Tough to cut into the lead when you can't make shots. He's been off all period.
The dish to Young.
I love the technique he uses, leveraging his position down low, then just using sheer size to snatch the rebound.
No good from the Beast.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Hits the 3-point bomb.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
They swipe it. And here's the break. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Houston's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Another miss by Houston.
There does come a time when you haven't made anything all quarter long. Pass the rock.
Pass to Collins. Over Chris. It's blocked, and he's able to get it back. Here's Semenko. Off target with his 3.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Can they get it? And the rejection by Collins. But they get it back. And so Houston again turning it over. And the Hawks making a change here. Here's Hield. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Denver. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. As we get a break in the action, let's take a moment to check out the NBA's leaders in steals. And you look at the Beast, one of the league's best, third in steals.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Steve, I know in calling your games, you were known to be such a smooth athlete. You were graceful, a great elan on the floor. Who are some of the smoothest players that you watched today?
I think Kevin Durant, his game, it just doesn't seem like you can speed him up. He plays at his pace, which is an unbelievable pace. I look at even a guy who doesn't dribble as much, Klay Thompson does the same routine coming off screens. You can't really speed him up. I love the way Chris Paul is one of those guys. He's graceful and smooth. Those are some of the guys that stick out for me.
Looks effortless, doesn't it?
Yes.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Inside, here's North. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
On defense, Atlanta. Wiley the pass to the Beast. Here's Saunders. Down low. Here's the Beast. An easy 2 points on the layup. The Beast's got 5 points so far.
Whether it's scoring, passing, or just acting as a decoy, his value to this team cannot be understated.
Push. He's guarded by Knight. 1:36 left in the first. Here's Hayes. And it's off from three-point range.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
No good from the Beast.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession.
And how about the reaction time on D there? Almost comes up with the pick.
You know, these are the little plays that can add up when you look over the course of a game.
And the Hawks making a change here. White's checked in. Now here's Wright. Here's North, and the officials call a traveling violation.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Hill. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team. High percentage play, working the ball in close, then the nice move to convert.
Bush passes to Heel. Shoots from the right block. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. 7 points in the game. And so Knight will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. 6-point game. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
You know, they worked hard, they drew fouls, but they just couldn't convert at the line.
And it's one of those things that can deflate your team. After all that effort, you want points.
Houston moving it around. To the paint, here's the Beast. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
You look at that lead pass there. He just has such a great feel for the game.
Ball stolen. And he dumps it down.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Up top, Heel. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That's his first foul. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that does it for the first quarter. It's Atlanta up by 4. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2000.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And for the Hawks guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
No, right off the tip, it was an ambush, pushing the pace every chance they got.
On the court right now for the Hawks, we've got Hayes. Hield is out there with Wright, and it's Bush in at the 1 spot. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against the Magic had a really nice evening. He finished with 21 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. Just a spectacular outing, and that's what we've come to expect from him. A true star in this league. And Kevin, I'm sure he'll be looking to do the same thing here tonight.
Nice work, D.A. Thank you. It was a very focused, intense performance we saw from him last time out.
And there was no letdown at any point in that game. That focus you talked about never went away.
He'll bring that same focus. If there's one thing we can be sure about, is that he is mentally prepared each and every night.
Now a timeout called by Houston. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
The Hawks leading by 10. Hield right side. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, he has to be careful now. He doesn't want to pick up that third foul this early.
And that's a foul called on the Beast. That is his first foul of the game. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And Hayes kicks to Young. They kick out to Hield. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Rockets trail by 10. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, Steve, to play in the NBA, you need to be in peak shape. Talk about your diet and workout regimen back when you were in the game.
I will give myself an A+ for workout regimen back in the day, Kevin.
Wow.
And then that diet part, I would say C-.
And that was a D.
Yeah, you got it right. I would say a D. I try to give myself a little credit and say C-. I would say I love to see right now the cross workouts right now with guys doing Pilates, yoga, swimming. They're trying different things.
Kicks to Young. Drains it from beyond the arc.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
No good from the Beast. Taken away. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just...
The Hawks have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And Steve, no matter what he's doing on the floor, it's hard to ignore the length of John Collins.
You're so right. He's already a great rebounder and gets a lot of blocks just due to his reach. Stands at about 6'10", but the way he plays, it feels like he's a 7-footer.
They get it back. Here's North. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Friday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Sunday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Brooklyn Nets.
And for that matchup with the Wizards, it's going to be an all-out battle.
And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Passes it to Saunders. Here's Wiley, guarded by Wright. Clark, the pass to the Beast. The Rockets again can't hit.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Here's Hield. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Atlanta gets called for the foul. The Rockets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Hayes, he's checked in for the Hawks.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
To the middle. The Beast passes to Saunders. Here's the Beast, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and back court for the Hawks.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team. Just as you might expect, the bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
And here's Knight. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They trail by 9 points. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Bush passes to Hield. Here's Hayes. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. No good on that one.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Rockets trail by 8. Out to the right wing. Here's the Beast. The stupendous finish in traffic. The Beast's got 13. And the Hawks with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. The pass to Hield, out left to the wing. 3 seconds left, and the shot goes down. Hield's got 6 in the quarter.
The D gave him too good of a look right there. He rose up and knocked it down easily.
And so it's Atlanta holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the...
Kevin, thanks. Here with Mike Budenholzer. Your defense has been very good. Why has that happened?
Well, I think our guys are committed on...
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Defensively coming in, you know he's going to be tough to stop. But I'm still waiting to see a plan to even contain him.
3rd quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Rockets. Harden out there with Morris. Then it's the Beast. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Chris in at the 4 spot. Young dishes to Collins. And George kicks to Young. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 6. The deep 3 from George. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pal Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Mark said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, D.A. Thank you. Shots good from Young.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Morris finds Capella. Here's the beast, and that one is hammered home.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Dishes to Young. It's good from long range. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The most lethal part of Young's game, his outside shot is often on the money.
Out to the right wing. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from the Beast.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game. Smitty, walk us through what a typical NBA practice should look like and does look like.
Well, I think you come out, Kevin, first of all, they're spending a lot of times on making sure your body is ready to go into practice. And a lot of coaches love to start with offense first, and you can end with defense. And so that's when the intensity starts to pick up. And then last, you usually ends with some kind of shooting. So I think that obviously a lot of teams have different ways, but that's usually particular. You start with offense, you end with defense, and then you go into some individual work, and that's probably shooting.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Here's Collins. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Low block shot on the way. Rebound by the Hawks. Collins has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For Houston, they have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight.
Well, he's been at the line so often tonight, but only just now is he starting to look comfortable.
Lets it go from 11. Herter. It's tipped. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And now here's Chris. He's guarded by Collins. Chris kicks to Morris. To the left side wing. 5 to shoot. The Beast. Rebound Atlanta. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
You know, I like the competitive fire, but he's still really out of sync.
Rockets trail by 3. Houston moving it around. Pass to Morris to the inside. No good from the Beast.
How does he miss that layup? He's too good to be doing that.
And that one, good. He's got 6. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Nick Daniel, the pass to the Beast. Off target from 3-point range. The Hawks leading by 5. And that one drops.
Once he's dialed in, helping to dictate the flow of this game.
Rockets have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. Saunders, he's checked in for the Rockets. Brandon Knight comes in for Morris. Beast.
His marksmanship this quarter has been unbelievable, yet they still trail in this game.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Back to Young. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Here's the Beast. It doesn't go for him. Good D by Heel. And that's a foul called on the Beast. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Hawks have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Young finds Heel. Good on the 3-point shot. And now a 9-point Hawks lead.
I mean, just a good shooter taking what the defense allows. Find some space out beyond the arc.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Greg, as we know, Buddy Hield, a Wooden Award winner at Oklahoma.
I mean, he grew from nothing, his words, in the Bahamas. And his first hoop of crate he nailed to some plywood. Couldn't even afford the nails. Had to find those. So from there to here, what an incredible journey.
Atlanta leading by 9. And Hayes kicks to Hield. No good from outside.
Oh, you can tell he's frustrated to get that good of a look from 3, and he didn't make it.
Saunders the pass to the Beast. He gets that one. The Beast's got 12 points now in the quarter.
His marksmanship this quarter has been unbelievable, yet they still trail in this game.
Hield outside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league. The Rockets #1.
And that's a fun category. Most fans love that kind of up-tempo offense. And these guys are the best in the game playing that style.
No good from the Beast. Hawks have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Here's North. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Thursday, they'll head out on the road to face the Kings in Sacramento. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And that game against the Warriors, this is what the fans have been wanting to see. Two of the best teams in the league duking it out, and you know whoever gets the win is going to be viewed as the team to beat.
And good that time. 14 points for him.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Outside Knight passes it to the Beast. Leans. Atlanta with the rebound. Hield's got 4 rebounds in this game. He kicks it to Hayes. That one a little long. Rockets trail by 9. Pass to McDaniel. See both teams changing it up here. Clark the pass to the Beast. Back to Clark. Here's Wiley. Covered by Hield. Rocket 6. The shot's good from the Beast.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
The Hawks leading by 7. And here is Hield. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Bush. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Atlanta's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Over to the wing. From deep. No good on that one.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Rockets have knocked down 5 of their 9 attempts at the stripes tonight. That one is off.
And as many times as we've seen him at the free throw line tonight, I think by now we know what's going to happen.
The Rockets making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Paul George, he's checked in for Atlanta. It's tipped. Hield outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Houston making a switch. Capella's checked in.
And this is what we've come to expect from him. This type of consistency from the line.
From 12 feet out. The rebound by Hield. Hield's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Yes, indeed. The D thought they had him, but he still found a way to get it done.
Here's Capella. He can't get that one to fall.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
The throw good, Paul George. And George drops them both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. 4th quarter on the court for the Hawks. They've got Wright. He's out there with Paul George, and it's Hield in at the 2-guard spot. And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Atlanta leading by 13. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
Has his man, just misses with the pass. Not sure.
The Hawks lead by 15.
Nice interior passing. And then the strong finish.
Down low, the Beast laid in with a nice touch off the glass. The Beast's got 18 points now here in the second half.
He has gotten into a terrific groove here, trying to wheel his team back into this.
Hield the pass to Bush. Back to Hield, and that's a foul called on the Beast.
Just a little too aggressive, his 5th.
It's George on the wing. Here's Collins. Chris with the rebound. Rockets trail by 17. Harden inside the 3-point line. Misses off the right iron.
You know he would like to have that one back. A clear look from the mid-range.
And Harden comes to help. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two.
And the Hawks with possession here. On the wing, George. Uncovered. It's rebounded by Houston.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively. Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. And Capella sends it back. And here's the fast break. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Young, rangy big man. Chris possesses a nice skill set, and I think the potential to be a terrific player in our league.
No good on the free throw. Atlanta making a switch here. And the second free throw, good. The Hawks leading by 14. Now Young. The pass to Collins. To the middle. Here's North. It's deflected. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Young outside. To the wing right side. 6 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Pass to the Beast. Houston moving the ball around. To the wing on the left. Back to Chris. Out to the wing. Here's the Beast. Buries it down low. The Beast's got 35 in the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. To the inside, North. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And the Hawks lead by 12.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Capella against Collins.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Hawks making a switch here. George is checked in. Atlanta leading by 12. North, Capella covering. Inside. And finished off by Collins.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now a timeout called by Houston.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now a moment to take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where anybody had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role. To the middle, here's Young. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in. 20 points for him.
No one rotating over to help on the mismatch. Easy.
Fourth and effort as bunch.
With this big of a deficit in the opposite.
15 points and
two-way play has been out.
Both to dominate this way.
Here's Chris. And just miss after miss right now.
I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out.
Here's Young. Good on the 13-footer. Young's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Atlanta.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep, and that has to be a relief.
Down low, North. Good work defensively by Capella. Houston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Long range from the inbound. The shot that time not on target. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Right inside. The shot by George, wide open. Sinks the triple.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
They better have some extra goodies on that plane, because after this blowout, they deserve to be rewarded.
Hayes the pass to Bush. In the corner, right with it. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Houston. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Can they get it? Bank shot, no good. George with the ball. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you later.